So you can turn that on and it will light up. And to get it to do anything, to do the setup, you need to touch the screen there. And then it's going to tell you, it says the carriage of the embroidery unit will move. Keep your hands away from the carriage. And you hit OK, and then it will start moving. So this here is what we call the carriage. This is what the hoop fits into, and we'll slide that in there once we're ready to go. This works like any other embroidery machine or sewing machine. So you, under this little flap here, which is opened up by a switch, we have this thing called a bobbin. You can correct me if I'm wrong about anything. Which has our thread on it. In here we have the top thread, which needs to be fed through to a needle. So the bobbin lives in here, and the thread at the top. Cool. And this little plate goes back on top. It's pretty self-explanatory to like thread the machine or thread the bobbin. If your bobbin runs out and you want to put more thread on it, it goes on here, and then you follow the dotted lines to run the thread over to the bobbin. Or if you aren't doing that, then you can follow the solid lines all the way down and round to thread the machine. Once you've done that, so you have the thread in the needle and in the bobbin, then you can load in this guy, just making sure that it all slides in. There's an arrow on here, so you can't get it wrong. It lines up and pushes all the way in until it clicks, and then this lever comes down here. You want to move all of your other fabric away, and keep an eye on it whilst you're embroidering as well. And from there, you can hit it. We don't want to hit OK. This is the sort of home screen. There's a bunch of boring presets and stuff that you can do on there. I wouldn't, they're all boring. It's much cooler to make your own stuff, which I'll show those that haven't on the computers afterwards. Once you have made a file, which we have, haven't we? Then the USB goes in over here. I can never put it in the right way the first time.
3 times.
Yeah, so, and then once you've got the USB in, there's a little USB logo there. You click that one, and it reads out the contents of what you've got on there. What did we call ours? If there's multiple pages, you can use the arrow keys to go through. I think this one is yours. Once you click the file, you click Set, and it puts a preview of what you're going to do on there. It also tells you which hoops you can use. So we have 2 hoops here. We've got the extra large and the large, and we are planning on getting some of the small ones. They just haven't arrived yet. You can move, rotate, change the size, and like flip things on here, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. If you do that, then there's you don't know exactly what you've changed, especially if you're moving stuff around. And so if you ever want to reproduce what you've done, then you have to remember exactly what you've done on the machine, and it's not a good workflow. So if you notice on here that something's really wrong, go back to the computer and start from there again. Once you're ready to go, you can hit End Edit, and then Embroider, and then it tells you all of the color changes that it's going to do. So it doesn't do color changes automatically. If you want it to do multiple colors, you can change out between each of the pauses. But other than that, it's pretty much ready to go. The button's red at the moment because the foot is up. So you can lower the foot by clicking this button. And then hit the green button and it will start embroidering. Yeah, that's pretty much much it. I don't know, do we want to embroider this design, or should we save this hoop for once we have one of your designs on there?
Just see it go for a little bit.
Okay, we'll just get it going.
Nobody wants to walk away right now.
Okay, true. We'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. Cool. So whilst it's embroidering, it's really important that you watch your fabric to make sure it doesn't get caught. I've never had that happen, but it may happen. Interestingly, so something to note is we've made this running stitch too tight together, so the thread is broken, which is not ideal because now I have to rethread it. But that's great, you can watch me rethread it. So you just follow all of the diagrams through here, and it's pretty self-explanatory. And then through the bottom. Now I suck at threading needles, and my saving grace with this machine is that it'll actually do that for you automatically. And then we're good to go. Except we're not, because I've come through it.
Nice. He threads the needle for you.
And then, so if it ever stops again, you can just lower the foot and click that button, and it will resume from where it started. Yeah, you can change where it's up to in the stitch count by clicking this button here, and then going like plus 10 stitches or minus 10 stitches or 100, or you can set it all the way back to 0 if you wanted to go right back to the start. Yeah, so when the thread breaks, it normally does like a few stitches over, so I'll go back a couple of stitches, probably like there, and then okay, and then I can hit start again, and we'll start from where the thread broke. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Cool. I think we're going to swap groups now. What time is it?